Well, stuff happened on SmackDown. That's all we can really say.
Good night, everybody.
Still gotta talk about it, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm John Ritland. This is
The Durbinator.
SmackDown in Greensboro. There was a Crockett Stronghold and held a lot of great shows. And of all the wrestling shows that this town held, this was one of them.
Yes.
It wasn't bad.
It put butts in seats.
Some. It wasn't bad. Let me just say that much. But
the remarkably low bar that SmackDown has been setting the past few months.
especially on Fox. The Rumble is 9 days away, by the way, and I don't really feel the hype for it.
Yep.
I've been watching some classic Rumbles. You can check out a couple retro reviews I've been doing. Anyway, great that SmackDown kicked off with a fresh young face in Kane. Look, I didn't like seeing DDP on AEW Dynamite, and I recognize he's a legend in the business. I recognize Kane's a legend in the business. We don't need more old guys on here. No.
Look, Vegeta, more old people.
We're getting The Fiend versus Kane at the next Saudi show in February, by the way. That's why they're doing this. Is Kane in the Rumble? Because I don't know what's actually going on. Is Kane actually in the Rumble?
I have to set up for a feud with The Fiend.
By being in the Rumble, that the Fiend's not going to be in.
Yes.
Okay. So we get Bray, having a chat with Kane. And it's like, that means you and the Fiend got it on. And
of course, the sound effects in the back, he knew exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, that was pretty...
Especially when he went, got it on!
Yeah, he did do that. We got typical Bray promo, and then suddenly the lights go out and all the spoopiness, and we have the red light, which... And we got Kane knowing how the red light works, so he's like, I wonder, it's like, it took you long enough.
I've never seen this before. Let me get out of the ring.
Right? He was like the one person that was smart. People say Jerry Lawler was or whatever. So, well, yeah, he thought he saw, a young girl up the ramp. So, this happened. They faced off. And then Daniel Bryan shows up. And, boy, I dreaded what was going to happen next.
Yeah, but they were locked in combat.
They were.
The Fiend went back into his little hidey hole, but offered up a few clippings of his dreadlocks that he cut earlier this morning and tied up with strings so that they stayed together.
I was going to say, we then get Daniel Bryan talking with Caleb Braxton backstage. He has a bad idea. He wants to strap in and strap on with the Fiend because we're getting a strap match.
Because he wants to get it on!
He wants to take Bree's strap.
Thanks, Bray.
Yeah, thanks
for that.
Thanks, Bray. We're going to get... Bray might get the strap he uses from home. I don't know. That turned dark all of a sudden. So, yeah, we're getting a strap match.
Might be.
Dark strap? Okay. So we're getting that. And Bryan is going to get whipped. That's what he's talking about. This is a very kinky promo, by the way. Maybe I just interpreted it that way. Which would be unusual.
I'm sure the sound effects accompanying the Firefly Funhouse promo had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. We get
nothing at all.
We get Big E and Kofi Kingston channeling an inner dashing Chris Bay with the blonde hair.
Yep.
Versus Morrison with Miz at ringside. It wasn't bad. At one point, commentary says Morrison will use every inch of his environment to his advantage. And if you don't think that I laughed at that uncontrollably, you don't know me.
I'm sure you can relate to an inch. But the match itself was actually pretty well worked.
You had to say that, didn't you?
What? Anyway, there were plenty of hugs, plenty of jumps.
Some interference, as you would distraction.
And almost biffed Starship Pain.
Jefferson Starship Pain.
No, it was a Starship Pain. Sorry. I'm sorry, John.
Okay.
No, John. I'm sorry.
Oh, God. So, we get that.
Yeah.
And Morrison wins. Didn't look out of place at all. Great to see him back in WWE. We saw him at an indie show, like...
The first indie show.
Yeah, the first indie show. And, I mean, he didn't look
that never
like
existed.
Ever in Washington.
That we went to.
Yeah, right. So we get that, and then we have a backstage promo with the Usos and Reigns, and they talked about staying on the booze, the juice. That's what it was. Maybe that's their word for the juice. I don't know.
I really hope it isn't.
I really hope not. I really hope they actually got that stuff under control. Typical promo. Reigns says his stuff, and then we get the Revival versus the Usos.
Well, they were going to welcome him, and then Roman finished off to the Uso Penitentiary.
Reigns finished it off right there.
Yes.
We get Revival versus Usos. The match is fine. Revival don't give a shit. They don't. Do you blame them? I don't. I know they've gotten title runs and stuff like that.
But they're on their way out.
They are. And can you blame them? No. The company doesn't need them. They don't need the company. They're going to go somewhere else. NWA, I think, could be a good choice for them.
Oh, yeah.
They'd fit in just fine.
But, they'd probably make a stop in AEW for certain reasons.
Or make a stop in NWA and then go to AEW.
That's true. Because they would join the Inner Circle and go up against the Young Bucks. The feud would make sense.
Yeah. Get Hager out of the group and off TV. So, we had that match. Oh, by the way, Ali was in the dark match. Mustafa Ali is in the dark match.
Yes. Irony.
That actually wasn't what I intended, but...
the whole light thing.
Oh, yeah, good point. Just disappointing.
He is the light in the dark match. I'm sad.
Just, seriously, guys. You got a talent on your hands. You don't need to feature Baron Corbin on there.
Masterclass in promos.
Yeah.
For the 21st century.
24th and a half century. Had the silly thing in
Duck
reverse.
Dodgers.
Yes. We get a Revival promo. It's interrupted quickly by Lacey Evans targeting a Hispanic and an African-American woman. And I will drive that into the ground because of how Fox is promoting the Southern woman.
No, you just drive that because one of them's brown. Anyway.
Well played, good sir.
You're welcome.
But we get that. They get separated. We get Mandy and Sonya. And Fistings and Otis were prominently talked about during this.
No, it wasn't.
It was Sonya doing the fistings. And then it was Otis being mentioned about coming down to ringside.
Sorry, buddy. It's not called fisting. They're called punches.
What have I been watching all this time then?
Porno. But, Sonya wanted Otis at ringside, kind of influencing Mandy. He's like, he'll be there if you ask him. To act as a distraction. Unfortunately,
it didn't work out.
He did exactly what he was brought in to do. Be a distraction.
Right. We then get Adam Pearce being the authority figure and saying that Bayley must face Lacey because Sasha can't compete.
Yeah.
By the way, Sasha doing her best wrestling, and her best. She has not been all that good since coming back.
Oh.
Though that Hell in a Cell match that she had with Becky was quite good.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit about Sasha. I just don't. Sorry. Lacey and Bayley. It was good. It was a good match.
Yeah.
They given a lot of time. Each woman got a chance to really shine.
And
Bayley,
of course, because it wasn't a title match, it also means that anyone could win this one.
This is anyone. The ref could pin them.
Yeah, it's a 24/7 title.
That would have been
24/7, 14 European.
I lost brain cells during that R-Truth segment, by the way.
Which one?
The one that happened on Raw. Check out my review, by the way, if you want to.
I'm sure you were very happy with the results.
Brock F5'd him. So, but anyway, of course the woman's right, dominates on Fox, which is unusual to see. But Lacey laying over a prone Bayley. Ooh. That's your finish right there. We then get Elise Ashton. Okay.
Yeah.
She seemed to know what she was doing. She seemed to actually have a sports oriented, background. I think she started working with the NFL, and hey, you need more backstage interviewers, not having everybody cut the same thing. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
She had an interview with Chad Gable, and then him and Sheamus brawled.
Woo!
Sheamus took like a pretty hard bump right there.
Short jokes! Real original!
His name's Chad Gable, by the way.
I thought it was Shorty G.
Vince can suck on
It's always been Shorty G.
Yeah, Vince can suck on an egg.
Ever since, Short XT.
Short XT.
Yes.
That's where we're going. It's like a short, extra tall shirt. Is that where we're going?
I am a very tall midget.
It's like a velvety dream crop top or something. Anyway, so
not inaccurate.
Yeah, we get Braun. He's in the Rumble and he wants to face Nakamura. Okay, we then get Elias strumming his big black instrument, and then he's interrupted by Sammy's crew.
Yep.
And then he starts to sing a song, and then Cesaro and Nakamura start brawling with him, and then Braun runs in, and we get that and everything. And
yeah.
I have no desire to see Braun as Intercontinental Champion. I also have no desire to see the Intercontinental Championship because of that bastardized version that they put out. It is a terrible looking championship. Horrible.
It's not the best, but, you know.
Oh, no, I mean, I was actually curious what you thought.
Yeah, guys, title, you know, it was like, if you didn't have that lovely white belt to compare it to, yeah.
It wasn't even the white belt. I like the one that Brett won.
I mean, you got to think about like what it looks like around the waist of any of the other wrestlers on the roster.
Yeah,
around Shinsuke, yeah, but then you barely notice it too because it's so goddamn dark.
Not just that, but Shinsuke's title reign has been shit. I'm not even saying he hasn't tried. He just hasn't gotten.
He's had a reign,
right? He's had that championship since what? July? August,
you
July?
Fooled me.
Yeah. We then get a tribute to Rocky Johnson. R.I.P. Rocky Johnson. It's a very nice video package.
Leading right into a Wendy's commercial.
Yeah, right into a Wendy's commercial. We then get Sonya, not getting a TV entrance, versus Alexa. Heavy machinery at ringside. Dreaded roll-up pins Sonya. And we had, of course, Otis flicking his tongue while holding Mandy. I did not need to see that. I hated this. I subjectively hate this whole thing. It's terrible. It's abysmal. Is it offensive? No, it's abysmal. I just don't like it. What do you think?
Anything noticeable?
About this. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's stupid, but it's not like offensively stupid.
Fair. I mean,
it's got some entertainment value in it.
Sonya, poor Sonya. Sonya might as well leave. They're never going to push her.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
She would probably fit squarely in any other promotion.
She could fit in she could have a stop in the NWA and go to AEW. Maybe she could teach Brandy how to fucking wrestle.
No, I don't think anyone could manage that. But alas,
Corbin wants to humiliate Roman Reigns and says Robert Roode is the key. Bob Roode is the key.
As it turns out, he's effective at determining who can win a match as he was at being general manager or acting general manager or constable.
Hey Chris, remember when he was king of the ring? Oh wait, he still is.
Remember when he won Money in the Bank?
And then failed to cash in on Jinder Mahal?
Yes, on Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal. If that isn't like...
that's not the peak of Baron Corbin's career in WWE, I don't know what is.
It's not an encapsulation of his career. So we then get Roode and Reigns in a tables match.
Never the bride.
We get Roode attacking from behind. Goddamn Canadians attacking the U.S. citizens from behind. Maybe misremembering how wars have worked out.
But anyway, Robert Roode decided to get the first blow in. Bell rings for some reason, even though none of them are in the ring.
Blow in. Yeah, it was weird how they
was done blowing in Reigns.
It was weird how they weren't in the ring and it did start all of a sudden.
He decided to bust open on him again.
Glorious.
Yes.
Anyway, he won't give in. So
yeah, this match was alright.
Interference and stuff. The Usos splash Ziggler through a table.
Yeah, first Baron and Piggly Wiggly Ziggly ran out to go and help out their best friend Robert Roode. Who was instead of taking the time to just throw Roman through the table, they decided, no, let's make it the announcer's table and take our sweet ass time. Because Baron Corbin, our smart man.
Robert Roode, by the way, coming back from 30 days of being injured.
Yes. So, because of all the sweet time that they took, it gave enough time for the Usos to be like, oh shit, Roman's in trouble.
Let's go out there. And then they splash Ziggler through the announcer's table.
Yes.
And then Roman spears Roode through the table.
Yep.
And then he says, hey, we're going to have a Falls Count Anywhere match because it's at a baseball stadium. We're still going to get the loser eats dog food match at some point. It's happening, folks. It's happening.
I hope that just... if it's on a house show, wasn't it?
It's going to be on SmackDown, Chris. They're going to put it on SmackDown. You know Fox is going to do that.
Sure.
So... yeah, that was it. C+. That's really it. It wasn't that it was bad. Just C+.
There were some things to complain about, but overall it was above average. Yeah. But there's a poll right here. It's a C+ for me as well. You can vote along the poll here. Leave a comment down below. Well, it's around here.
Around my groin.
Yes. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell.
Do all that stuff. Ooh. Probably no new content this weekend. I mean, I don't know. I might have a retro review. Well, I'll have Bad Boys for Life. I'll have a review up of that tomorrow. But other than that, nothing Sunday. Probably nothing till maybe a podcast Monday if we talk about the Wax Show. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, I'm John Ritlin. That is...
the Turbinator.
We'll be back Monday.
Monday.
Monday Night Raw. Not at the Tacoma Dome.